And so I want to get to this point, Chairman Omali. Where are you now with your case, and what does it mean for you and your movement, and how can people help?
Thank you. Well, first of all, people can help by going to Hands Off Uhuru. That's UHURU, handsoffuhuru.org. And we need the help. We want people, and there are thousands of people who've demonstrated or expressed support and solidarity with us against this attack by the FBI. And I think this is something that the Biden administration, the Democratic Party, the FBI itself, I really think that they misread and misread this moment in history. And this is different from the 1960s when we didn't know what was happening to us with a COINTELPRO. They they'd used bombs and stuff in our community, woke up the whole community, and then they told us, the agents told us that this is going to be in the news. This is going to make big news. So they knew what it was they're doing. And so that gives you, like your viewers an opportunity to now take a stance around this question. But what we're looking at is that we've been hearing that indictments are pending, that any day now we could be indicted, and at least 4 of us. But the thing is that they have made our entire movement and organizations, all of its component parts, a part of this unindicted co-conspiracy thing.
Can I ask you, under what act are they trying to indict you? Is it
they're using the Foreign Agent Registration Act? That somehow we did not register.
Yeah, for the audience who doesn't know, look it up. It's a website. Don't be scared. I'm sure they won't trace you. But it's a Foreign Registration Act. But this is what I was told by, I had the FBI whistleblower that was on, is that they don't even prosecute that. They teach them that in academy. The FARA Act is never prosecuted.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, there's movements towards indicting people on this act. What do you think that's about? And what information are you getting about? Because how could you're an American citizen, you're not acting for foreign government. What is this reach that they're trying to do? What is it they're trying to do?
I think part of what it is they want to do is take us off the streets and take us out of these communities and take away whatever influence that we have. They want our organizers. They want the people who are building these basketball courts and building these workforce programs. They want to destroy that. They want to, and then they want to take all the resources that we have going toward these. And people have made, the basketball court cost something like $150,000 that a lot of people, including white people, donated to as a form of certain kind of reparation. I think they want to stop that. And because every success that we have is testimony to the failure of the United States government in terms of responding to the needs of African people. And they want us to be shut up, like they shut up King, like they shut up Malcolm, and et cetera. So I think that and taking these monies, it's going to take, right now, we're looking at a possibility of a minimum of $500,000 just for lawyer fees. It took $40,000 to repair the damage that they had done when they knocked in doors and things like that, and to purchase new phones and iPads and things like that. So I think that that they want to make sure that none of our resources can go to carrying out our work. Like the church we were talking about building, they got rid of that. I think the other things that they can make us, they can, divert resources that we are putting into the community and make it something that we have to spend getting people out of jail, paying lawyers and things like that. I think that, and that's why the support of the people is really critical. You talk about how they was it Twitter? You said, where did they take
they've taken all my communications.
What they did to us, we had 130,000 signatures on change.org, where people united with the call that we should go to the United Nations, taking the United States for the treatment of African people. They took 130,000 signatures, away from us. And this is all nonviolent activity. This is all legal activity. This is stuff that's supposed to represent a democratic participation of the people. That they did all of that. So now, we've got lawyers right now for most of us. And again, the question of raising resources is critical. I want to get those petitions back up. I want people to sign those petitions and spread them out on the genocide convention. I want people, if you can, volunteer. We need lawyers, people and legal workers. We need researchers and things like that, because our objective is not simply to roll over, but to put them on trial and make them have to explain the activities of the FBI. How did Martin Luther King did not die in his sleep? Malcolm X didn't die naturally, and all of them didn't just die all in the same time frame, same span of time, like coincidentally. How did this happen? These are things that we want them to have to explain. They say that I'm working for a Russian. How the hell did I just start working for the Russians? I've been doing what I do now for more than 50 years. So why were you, if I'm working for the Russians now, why was the FBI following me and harassing me in the 1960s? You know, right. So they need to be able to explain all of that, that harassment, and like I'm saying, you know, the weaponization of the feds of these institutions did not just begin. J. Edgar Hoover declared that the Black Panther Party was the greatest internal threat to the security of this country, not the Russians, but Black people. And so this is what it is that we're looking at. We're hoping that people can unite with us in this campaign and help us also. We've got to break out of this silo that they would impose on us, Zuckerberg and the rest of them who nothing but instruments, mouthpieces for the government itself. We have to break out of that silo, and I'm hoping that people who with you can help to share, put this thing out, and help everybody to know what the hell happened, so that we're not just victimized by the news cycle, you know, with the general legitimate, in quotes, media, right? We have to break out of that.
Right. Independent media is important. And I'm glad you mentioned that. And I'm part of Independent News Network and Indy. I appreciate him, and Reef is that. All of the people that help me are volunteering. And we try to raise up stories like yours and your movements because it's important and it's crucial that we unite at this time.